Thanks for tuning in. This is Thomper Be Thompin'. This is my first time at Promised Land MX. It's up in Western Maryland, out on the Panhandle. It's basically into West Virginia. Keep in mind, I'm a C-Class racer, and I'm a C-Class woods racer. This is literally my second time ever on a motocross track, but my buddy AK invited me out. Well, I guess I invited him out this time. He'd been here before, and I said, man, I gotta go check this place out. I'm absolutely terrible at moto, which you can see, but wow, the confidence that I got just from this single day. I think I did maybe like 4 10 to 15 minute motos, never went 100%. This is a woods bike too, with wood suspension, so I wasn't really pushing it too hard. And I was good about being courteous and, you know, using proper track etiquette. When someone really good is coming up behind me, I would yield to them, give them the main line. So that happens on like a couple of jumps and stuff too. The jumps were a lot of fun, but where I really grew a lot of confidence was just being in the correct gear in certain turns and being able to hit a lot of these turns much faster. So I mess up a lot of them. And ultimately, I never hit any of these huge triples or doubles or a lot of these like big step-ups either. So there was a kind of mini step-up right there into this big step-up, which no, I mean, I got no business trying that right now. So we're just out here trying to have fun, trying to get a little better, trying to get a better feel for moto and just gearing, body positioning, braking, and all that stuff. But perfect day, oh my gosh. This is summer 2024, so and it costs $40 to get in from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The track was in excellent condition. They did a lot of maintenance on it the night, or I guess the day before and the morning of. So this track was in incredible condition. A couple like muddy spots, but nothing very bad at all. Tilled up, good variety of dirt, lots of great grip too, even in the ruts and stuff. They had a couple sandy sections with some rollers, and a couple of spots where the ruts were starting to get a little bit deep, at least for me. But yeah, I highly recommend going to Promised Land MX. I will definitely be back. I saw people with campers there, so I don't really know what that setup is like, but it looks like you can camp there. They had this primary moto track, which was again in just incredible position. A lot of people were hitting this triple too. And then a lot of people were sending it over this triple as well. But they also had a tiny, like a miniature, like moto / supercross track, more of like a mini moto track for kids and stuff. But I found it challenging. And then they have trails in the woods too. So yeah, this was my favorite part of the track. This big left-hander. I always took the outside just because it was a little bit more fun, and then I'd hit this table and just kind of land in the middle. And of course, on GoPro with the fisheye lens and everything looks way easier than it actually is. But I was surprised. My first time out there, like my first lap compared to my last lap, was a world of difference. The only other track I'd ever been to was a place called like Roberts Track in something in east of Richmond. Cool little place, but not quite like this. So here I am. There's my buddy AK on the right hand side. I'm going to do a little bit of filming of him. And again, neither of us were going 100% today, nothing even close. This is the wrong bike for it anyways. It was interesting being on a two-stroke too, with essentially no engine braking. So I normally take the inside there, but I'm taking the outside just to get some, trying out different lines. This inside hip too, it was pretty steep. I can't believe how like people like Hayden Deegan will just send it 40 feet off of one of those things and just like land on the downside of a roller. It's crazy. Total new respect for moto. Even like the wide open sections too on some of these turns, you know, just big clumps of dirt like the size of your fist or like half the size of your head, just everywhere. It's incredible the precision that some of the pros can navigate a track with. Yeah, that step up would be pretty cool to hit. I just have no idea what gear to be in or anything. I really didn't want to land on a jump or like a landing face or anything. I ultimately did not crash at all. Had a couple close calls, almost washed out the front end a couple times, tucked it. This is my favorite part of the track though. This little uphill to this little right-hand hip. And you basically go as fast as you want right here if you're not all cattywampus like I was. Into this big left turn. You can take the inside line there if you want, or just berm it around the outside. Yeah, and I think someone was coming up behind, so I just yielded to them. But pretty good sized little triple there, little kind of a tabletop triple. And then this right-hand turn was pretty good too. There were a ton of different lines, which was fun to just kind of challenge yourself on. That right there was probably the easiest and fastest way through, taking the inside and then just cutting across. But oof, bad turn there. I'll definitely be back. I'm a woods guy. I love racing woods, but this was so much fun. I just wanted to ride lap after lap after lap after lap. And I think one of the greatest joys I got was not necessarily from jumping. Jumping's fun, you know, like right here coming down on the other side of the middle of the tabletop there. That's a good time, sure. But it's like when I hit a turn, like pretty good, at least for me. Man, that was awesome. Like just coming through these ruts, and if I hit that left-hand turn pretty good, man, that was exciting. Made me want to go even harder. And here's a bunch of kiddos up here. Kid-friendly track, too. These kids were pretty dang young, and they were not slow, I'll tell you that. So, of course, being very careful around them. I don't want to, like, mess them up or nothing. Just giving them lots of room. Making a very careful pass. I think it's awesome that people have their kids out there and they can race too. Well, at least go practice on a really nice track. And then around lunchtime or so, maybe like 2 p.m., they came out and groomed the track again. They took the water truck around, got everything, all the dust down. They retilled a couple areas too. This place puts a lot of incredible effort into maintaining this track. Such a little gem out in the mountains of Appalachia. But yeah, I had a blast. Man, I love me some moto. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.